Curtis, I'm dying.
Why, did you go to the gym?
No, like I'm dying.
What do you mean dying?
My doctor said that I'm dying. I have high cholesterol, and I'm not allowed to eat anything anymore.
Well, you don't eat very well.
I don't.
Yeah.
He said, though, if I didn't work out as much as I did, I'd be about 300 pounds, though.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I can see that.
Coming to you pre-tape from the LA Mission College Studios in Los Angeles, California. This is the Best Coast Show. I'm your host, Albert Aguilera. That's my producer, Curtis Sage. Curtis, you are officially an award winner, a producer, an award-winning producer.
That's great. I'm excited about that.
It is great.
This is the Telly Awards, correct?
Best talk show and best interview.
How many were we up against? What was the field like? Was there 3?
Well, a bunch
12?
of people submitted, and I think we were up against like 6 total.
Yeah.
Including ourselves twice, because it was the Alex Faust episode and the Joe Davis episode.
So we had to compete with ourselves.
And we were nominated in the best talk show, best interview, best sports show, and we didn't even place in the best sports show. So I guess we're not a sports show, but we are a talk show.
Okay.
Well, we talk about sports.
We do talk about sports.
Is it because we're not a highlight show?
It's also because, we don't show highlights.
We don't show highlights.
We really don't know that much about sports.
We really don't.
I mean, we never played.
No, well, that's why Dave abandoned us. He got his award and then left.
Oh, is that what happened?
It's true.
Is that why he left?
It's true.
Okay.
So he's out. Clayton Kershaw's out. Kenta Maeda's out.
Yes.
Hyunjin Ryu is out.
Yes.
Rich Hill is out.
Yes.
Corey Seager's out. Someone else, another pitcher's out. I don't know who. And Julio Urias is out. We have an entire starting rotation out. But you know who's in?
Who?
Meghan Presson's in.
Really?
She is. Dodger Nation, welcome to today's episode of the Best Coast Show. I'm your host, Albert Aguilera. That's Curtis Sage. With us today is the new Executive Director of Sports Media for the Best Coast Show. Welcome, everybody, Meghan Presson.
Yay! Wait, Executive Director?
Executive
what
Director.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I was about to ask her that.
Oh,
my show, I ask questions.
Oh, okay.
Meghan, so explain to us and the audience and the people of Dodger Nation, what exactly does your job title mean? What do you do?
So I do more behind-the-scenes stuff where I'll be doing a lot of content development and player talent relations, as well as working on some fun concepts for the show.
That sounds executive.
So she's going to book people for us.
Oh, good.
Can you book Duran Duran for the 100th episode?
My mother would have to be here for that. She's obsessed with them.
It's a live studio audience.
Why?
Oh, I would love that.
Live studio
Let's
audience.
do it.
And we can get Duran Duran.
Duran Duran.
I want Duran Duran.
Where's the connection to Duran Duran?
Oh, I don't know. I just
okay.
She's
something
she's
random.
the sports.
You know they're from England, right? They're not even an LA band.
She's from England.
I used to live there,
You
so we
did?
can maybe make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah, she lost her accent when she
I
moved
mean,
to Long Beach.
mariachis, Duran Duran. I don't know.
It could be a crossover.
That would be interesting.
What if the mariachis played Duran Duran
Okay,
songs?
that's more
Or
likely.
what if Duran Duran played mariachi instruments?
That's not as likely.
No?
I don't think
You
so.
don't think so?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I can't see Simon Le Bon. He was a lead singer doing any kind of mariachi type
Well,
thing.
you tell your mom that you're booking Duran Duran and we have a live audience, and your mom could be in the live audience.
But
We'll
it's-
put her front row.
But it's Roberto Duran Duran. It's not Duran Duran. It's Roberto Duran Duran. Or it's Beto Duran Duran.
They don't need to know that. I don't think he likes us. But they
Beto?
don't- Yeah,
I think he does.
I don't know. He stopped following us on the Twitter.
No, he stopped following you.
No, us.
I think he still likes me.
Damn.
I don't think he likes you.
And probably not.
He's from the softball tournament.
He is.
I think
I
we
once
knocked-
posted an animated GIF of a Mexican dude with a soccer ball around his sombrero doing
Yeah.
this, and then he responded to it very not nice. And then I guess that's when he
Did he
unfollowed
think
me.
you were making fun of Mexicans?
I don't know. I'm Mexican.
I know that. He's very proud Mexican, too. Are
maybe,
you proud?
Maybe sometimes.
You should be.
Not when I run into people who don't like stuff.
Okay. All right. So congratulations, Meghan. Megan's going to be helping us out. It's really
Thank
important.
you. Thank
we
you
need
for
that.
having me.
We haven't quite figured out all the things, but she's certainly going to be able to do more than what you and I can do. And
Yes.
Dave did nothing.
No, Dave was our social media coordinator, and not really.
We love Dave. But Dave's last day was last episode.
Yeah,
was
he wouldn't
last-
even wait for this episode.
No, he didn't even.
We tried keeping him on for episode 100, but he said he might return.
He might return.
Might return for episode
He's going
100.
on to bigger and better things.
It's true.
But today we're going to talk a little Dodgers, and of course we're going to get to know Meghan, which is great. So So what should we do first?
What should we do first? Well, we already introed Meghan.
Yes.
We had some questions come up on the Twitter.
We did.
So I want Meghan to answer some of the
Let's do
questions that came up on the Twitter. So we got a question from Gustel.
Goosel.
Gustel, yes. Andre
Kopitar.
Kopitar's dog.
Oh,
Now-
yes. This is a good one. Yeah.
Now, Gustel would like to know, A, have you voted for him in the award ceremony? him and Drew Doughty. And what was the second part of that question?
If I would, or what Dodger jersey I would wear.
Yes, or whose Dodger jersey are you going to wear at these games?
So, yes, Gustel, I have actually voted for you. Not Drew Doughty, but everyone make sure you go and vote for
Why
Gustel.
do you hate Drew Doughty?
I don't hate Drew Doughty. I just have other things to do.
Okay.
Gustel asked me a question,
Yeah.
and I was like, yes, like I voted for you.
Yeah.
And then I would probably wear Kershaw's jersey because I know he does a really awesome ping pong charity event, and all the Kings are usually invited. So anyone that supports a charity event and my Kings are involved, like, got to represent. So I would say Kershaw.
Ah,
Yes.
that makes
Good
sense.
choice. It's a good choice. Okay, so was that the only Twitter
No,
question?
that was a question she got from Gustel.
That was just Gustel.
Yes.
Yes.
Now my
Which
Twitter,
is a dog, by the way.
It is a dog.
Okay, I just want.
My first Twitter question from a dog. Okay.
It's perfect.
I think it was
But a
actually,
very famous dog.
He is
the
the
only
most
dog that
famous
has
dog.
a Twitter
Yeah.
from the NHL players, right?
No, no.
I think a few do.
Ovi does.
Yeah.
The bulldog.
No one, he's not Ovechkin's dog, though. The guy goes to Kings games. He's a Kings fan. He brings the dog to the Kings games when the Caps are playing the Kings.
See
Yeah,
that?
that's-
We didn't
But
know
it's
that.
not Ovi's dog.
You didn't know that,
I
Albert?
I didn't know that.
Okay.
It's just it's a bulldog called Ovi that wears a Capitals jersey.
Yeah.
I was under the impression, but it also
Not the
doesn't-
same thing.
It also
Not the
I don't
same.
see a Russian dude owning a bulldog,
Yes.
an American bulldog.
Mm-mm.
I would see him owning some kind of Russian dog. I don't know. Do they have Russian bulldogs?
Probably.
I would not know. Another question. Oh, from our friends over at the Vince Scully podcast. What old Dodger would you bring back to the team like Matt Kemp if they could have a revival year like Matt Kemp? Any Dodger.
That'd be fantastic if I could honestly name off every old Dodger.
Any Dodger. Any Dodger, just bring him back, throw him in the
Who
lineup.
played
And
for the Dodgers? I don't even know. Back in the day.
How about okay?
Give me some names
Give
and
her
I'll
s-
just
give
make
her some
something up.
names.
Dodger Nation, I'm sorry. This was not my hire. This was.
Wasn't? I thought it was.
I think it was an affirmative hire.
Affirmative
action hire. I apologize. Megan's bread and butter is the NHL, hockey. She actually plays hockey in an adult league.
Wait, what?
Yes. She actually knows how to skate.
Wow.
And like shoot and check and
What
punch.
position do you play, Megan?
Usually left or right wing, whatever
Okay.
I can get, really.
So you're a fast scorer.
No.
You're not.
No, I'm
You're
just a
not
good skater.
fast.
No, I'm just a good skater.
Okay.
I'm fast, but not with the puck and the stick.
Okay,
It's
got it.
a whole different world.
So, would you say you are more Jeff Carter, very fast, very like slick with your puck handling skills, or would you say you're more Kyle Clifford? You touched my best friend. We're dropping gloves.
I love Kyle Clifford, so I'd like to be a goon just like Kyle Clifford.
Ooh.
But he actually has skill.
I'm not
and
saying he doesn't. I'm
he's
not
got
saying
both.
Kyle Clifford doesn't. I'm just more implying that you throw down.
Personality-wise, yes, I would throw down.
So how would that work in a women? It's a women's league or intramural?
It's all boys and some
Oh,
girls.
you're the only. Ah.
It just depends. I used to play for an all-girls team when I was a kid, and it was awful. It was not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
So I played with a bunch of boys, and they're a lot nicer, and it's
Okay.
just more fun.
Where do you play?
Well, right now, I've been playing at Staples Center and Honda Center because one of the Kings fans, he actually puts it on for us to play there, either before or after a game. Sometimes it just depends.
Very cool.
Yeah,
What?
Why are you not involved in this?
I don't know.
Can you skate?
I can't skate for
that's
shit.
probably why you're
So
not
there's-
involved.
I can't.
He's a good cheerleader, though, from the sideline.
Perfect. I used to be a cheerleader too. Not
so
really a cheerleader.
maybe
but
you could teach Albert some things.
I
Yes.
would love to. I'd
I
love
have no idea
teaching
how to
people
skate.
I love
No
it.
idea how to
So
skate.
you're like Bambi on ice.
He's Mexican.
Probably.
There's no skating.
I'm just like,
There's no. I don't think any Hispanic hockey players.
There's
though.
not.
It's
Alec-
okay.
Alec
You could be the
Martinez?
first one. No, I don't think he's Hispanic.
Alec Martinez is
His
Mexican.
last name is
No,
Martinez.
he's from like
He's from like Ohio,
like,
but he's still
no.
Mexican.
I don't know.
Something.
I don't really know that much.
Martinez.
Yeah, well, it might be like three generations
It's
down
still
the line.
Martinez.
He's a good skater.
He is a good skater.
You're not-
He's pretty good at
There we
hockey.
go. That was good.
Terrible.
you have your good things that you're good at,
It's
and that's
true.
just not one of them.
That's just not one of them.
Yeah. And then we're gonna have a Dodgers episode. You're gonna become a Dodgers fan though, because if
I
you're
will.
working with us, you have to become more Dodgers literate.
I will.
So let me answer that question. If I was gonna bring back any player that could have a return to Matt Kemp form, and this is from any era, and
Vince
this would be in a
specifically-
position that we need, right?
It doesn't have to be a position that we need. And bring any Dodger player back that can have a career year for us today.
That I'd want to see
Yeah,
playing.
that you wanna see
once
play.
again. I think that a lot of it's such a toss up because we have so many all-time great Dodger fans. I grew up in the era of the infield with Garvey, Say,
so did my
Lopes,
dad.
Russell. So I would want to see that whole
That's an old
infield
joke.
come back. Yeah, I'd want to see that whole infield come back. All four of them.
Well, you get one.
I get one?
Well, one.
But they kind
Not
of come as a
four.
group, though.
I know, but you
You
can't
can't
get
have
four.
Garvey without Say.
Still, what are you going to do with everybody else?
That's true. I see Justin Turner's at third, so we can't have Ron Say come back.
Right, and then you got Cody at first.
So I'm gonna say
We
Bill
don't have
Russell.
a second baseman
Ooh, okay.
because our second baseman's a revolving door.
So I say Davey Lopes coming back as a second baseman. That'd be good.
I'd be okay with it.
I mean, he wasn't, the greatest player in the world, but he's certainly better
Then
than
why
what we
would
got
you?
right now.
Why would you bring him back then?
But he's certainly great right now. He'd be better than what we got. Okay, all right.
God.
We could bring back Dusty Baker in the outfield.
I in my entire life, I never knew Dusty Baker as a Dodger. I always knew him as a Giant.
That's bad. He was a Dodger.
I know he was a Dodger at some point, and I know he was part of that outfield. And
Yes.
I want to say that it was the '88 year that everybody hit 30 home runs except for him. He hit like 29,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh,
No, it was 81, I think. That
whatever.
was 81, yeah.
See,
Not whatever. There's a big difference. He
See?
wasn't on the 80.
well, it was a World Series winning team. We won 88.
Here's who
Write that down.
Megan, you probably know this. You know
Make a
who
mental
Fernando is, right? Fernando Valenzuela. You're going to say yes to that.
Yes,
Okay.
I
Yes.
do.
So Fernando is in the play-by-play booth currently on
Dodger
the
Nation.
Latino
Her
side.
Twitter's at Meg Presson. At her, please.
She's gonna
Roast
kill
me
you
all
right
you
now.
want.
She's going to kill you right now. So Fernando's one of the all-time great Dodgers, and we need pitching right now.
We do.
Because we
so
have
why
a
didn't you
lot
bring
of-
him back? Why bring
Well,
back Lopes?
I'll bring him back too. Come on, we got to have at least one player back.
All right. Speaking of pitching,
Yes.
Dodger Nation, the MLB draft is going on right now. You know there's 40 rounds to that thing? 40. Mid-show, they're going to draft you somehow.
That's 39 rounds, longer than I would ever pay attention to.
Yes.
Yes. I know.
Well, we took pictures in the first and second round.
Yes.
Can you guess which one of the two has already had Tommy John surgery?
Hopefully not the high school guy, because we got drafted the high school guy first.
Yes, who is an American hero. Because
He is?
he has an ERA of like 0.0359, blah, blah, blah,
Okay, that's why
for
he's an
Team
American
America.
hero? Oh,
He throws it 100 miles an hour.
this is a 16-year-old?
No, this is
18-year-old?
the senior, and he may or may not go to Mississippi State for school. He's still on the fence of whether or not he should go to college.
He shouldn't.
He shouldn't. Why should not he go to college?
Because college will always be there. So if you have an opportunity to play Major League Baseball, you do it.
Yeah.
Period. End of story. You make all the money now, save that if you want, and then go to school. School will always be there, but your career in the MLB will not always be there.
Does Mississippi State have an online school that he can do while traveling with the team?
Probably. You could do both.
Right? Like,
But why would you? Why would you do both?
that way he can? I don't know.
He would.
That way he doesn't come off as like not smart in interviews.
Well, it doesn't take school to be
Yeah.
eloquent and educated on interviews.
Hear that, kids? Don't go to college.
No,
This-
go to college eventually.
Yeah.
Get your degree. It's important. Because
You went to college.
I did go to college.
Okay, Meg went to college, but she's advising you guys not to go to college because she doesn't want to compete with you in the work field.
I think she's inviting potential professional baseball players not to go to college. Kind of like NBA players don't really need to go to college.
You know who went to college?
Who?
Chase Utley.
He did.
The Dodgers drafted the Silver Fox out of high school, and then he
Out of-
snubbed us to go to UCLA.
He went to UCLA though, so that's okay. He was here. He was here in town.
But he's here now.
He is here now. It's a long time since he's been to college, but wait, did he have the Tommy John?
He did not.
surgery?
Our second round draft
Okay.
pick, Michael Grove, missed all of last year because he had Tommy John surgery.
Where did he go to college? Where was he?
West Virginia?
West Virginia. Yes,
I think he went
did
to West
go
Virginia. And I'm thinking,
We always draft people out of Tennessee or West Virginia, or I mean that's
Where they breed baseball players, basically.
basically where they breed.
Well,
yeah,
we breed
exactly.
them here too, but pitchers is what they breed down there for some reason. I have no idea, but
Well, it's
we have a
'cause
lot of pitchers from down
You
there.
have country boys down there.
Yeah.
Like Clayton Kershaw's from the South. He's from Texas.
Yeah.
Right. And then Ross Stripling, Chicken Strip. He was an Aggie, so he went to Texas A&M.
Yes.
We just drafted someone in, I think, the 11th or 17th round.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be that many rounds to baseball. I'm telling you, at one point, your cell phone's going to ring, and you're going to get drafted. Two of my
Not.
childhood friends were drafted by the Dodgers as honorary draftees because they were drafted like in the 38th and 39th round.
Yeah, you're never playing.
Those are just like, all right, we're going to sign you.
What are the chances? But Mike Piazza, this is another famous former
Famous
Dodger.
former
Megan.
Dodger.
Okay, he's probably the only one that I would
Okay, so you know him. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Who
good.
abandoned us
He's a
and
Hall
is
of Fame.
going and that decided he was going to go into the Hall of Fame as a Met.
Okay, well,
He's
whatever.
dead to me.
We didn't win the World Series when
Doesn't
he was
matter.
a
He's
Dodger.
dead to
So
me. Neither did he. He lost a World Series to the Yankees.
what did he get drafted in? He got drafted
Oh,
way
he
far
got
deep.
drafted like round 38 or something, and he was a pity draft. He was like,
Tom
oh,
Lasorda's
Tommy Lasorda's
godson.
Godson. Let's just draft this guy. Maybe he'll be something.
Maybe he'll
Turned
be
out to be the
amount.
best catcher we had.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
Maybe he'll amount to something.
maybe.
So every once in a while, it pays off to be late in the late, but often it does not.
Why are we always drafting pitchers with arm problems?
Don't they all have arm problems at this point?
No,
They don't?
no.
Max Scherzer does not have an arm problem.
What?
Knock on wood.
Yeah, well, no, he's
No,
on
he
the-
plays
he's
on
the
another team.
Nationals.
I'm not
We actually
knocking
want him
nothing.
to
So
have
we
an
want
arm
him to
problem.
be bad.
Yeah, we want him to be bad. Not really.
Dodger
but-
Nation, again, I apologize. I apologize, but she's new. She's learning. We will mold her into Dodgerness.
She does have a Chase Utley shirt, though.
She does have a Chase
Do you
Utley
know
shirt.
what Chase Utley looks like? He's called the Silver Fox for a reason, because he is pretty handsome. I mean, he's an older gentleman. He's
Is
a
this
little,
the Ron Swanson?
and he's married.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So she knows that I'm watching Parks and Rec now.
Now
So-
you're on that?
Yes.
Okay.
So Chase, I finished The Office. Guys, I finished The Office, so thank you for recommending Parks and Rec. That show's really hard to get through.
What about Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which he's been on that show?
He has been on that show.
Yes.
But that show is a show that I've already seen
Okay, all right,
and
all right.
whatever.
You're on Parks and Rec.
But yes, as Megan just mentioned, that the Ron Swanson of the Dodgers is Chase Utley.
It is.
Do we grow mustaches?
No.
Does Chase
I
grow a
do.
mustache? Do we grow mustaches?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Nope.
He likes facial hair for some reason.
I'm just saying.
But you don't have any.
He
Because I just
sometimes
shaved.
he
Why?
sometimes has it
For the
and
show.
He likes it.
No, you don't shave in November because it's no shave November, and you don't shave in the playoffs.
Okay.
That's it.
Or for March. Mustache
Why
March.
March? I've never heard of mustache
Great.
March.
Great.
I've never heard
I'm
of
never
mustache
shaving
March.
again now. Now I'm just not
Yeah,
shaving.
but you
Well,
look like
March
a
is
terrorist.
I do look like that.
That is terrible.
So Chase Utley, he is our Ron Swanson. Yes, he is, but he better looking. Look, I like Nick Offerman a lot. He's one of my favorite actors, favorite comedians. But Chase Utley's he's not playing too well right
He's
now.
on the disabled list.
Wait, Chase is?
Yeah.
He is? When did
Yeah.
that happen?
He has the
the thumb
the
thing.
thumb problem.
Okay.
And Megan
kinda-
then started talking shit about how baseball players are pansies compared to hockey players.
Well, she's a hockey player. She's got every right to say that.
I want to see you swing a bat with a torn tendon in your thumb.
Megan, do you
sure I
check
could.
people hard into the glass? Is there a lot of checking? Is there?
I pretend like I'm checking someone.
Okay.
I like to roughhouse a little bit.
Do they
but
go easy on you a little bit because
They
you're a girl?
do, and
They
it's
try
kind of
to,
annoying.
and then you elbow them in the
Yeah.
gut.
Yeah. All the
okay.
guys are like, "Oh, I'm so sorry I hit you." I'm like, "We're playing hockey. Like, buck up. Like, who
Yeah,
cares?"
I like it.
But the girls are relentless. Like, they don't care.
Sure.
But the
Have
guys
you
are a
dropped
lot nicer.
gloves with either the ladies or the men?
No, because we wear cage masks a lot. So this
Yeah.
is the moneymaker.
Is
So
there-
we
yes.
can't ruin the moneymaker.
Is your hair tied back, or could there be hair pulling?
No, my hair's tied back always.
That'd
I know.
be fun. That'd be fun.
Yeah, so I
Like
never.
roller hockey, I want to see like people just pulling hair, pulling a girl down to the
like Derby
ice.
Dolls. Have you been to Derby Dolls in downtown?
No.
Derby Dolls is pretty intense. Dodger Nation, if you've never been to Derby Dolls, they play in an old abandoned ice cream factory, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
And it's just a giant circle of death. And you have like one team from Los Angeles and one team from another city, and they just go round and round and round and round. And like the, fit petite girl is like the speedster, so they always literally grab her and try to launch her. Meanwhile, the
Enforcer.
enforcers are
Just say
the
enforcer.
beefy girls
Yeah.
who are just creating lines.
Yeah.
And it gets really intense. And you're like, holy shit, that looks like it hurts.
We should do a remote show from there.
We should. It's really
It'd be
loud.
a little
though.
loud though.
It would. It's really
A
loud.
little loud. Yeah.
Way too loud.
What do we have to talk about Dodgers?
Dodger
It is a
related.
Dodgers
We are
nation.
back to 500.
We are.
Yes. Dodger Nation, the last time you were with us, the Dodgers were 8.5 games out. Now we're 1.5 games out. And we asked the question, if the Dodgers were 10 or more games out in June, would we have a fire sale? And what did you say?
I said no. And I also said we're not going to be 10 games out. And look what happened, Dodgers Nation. We're back.
1.5
Let's pull the
games
tape
out.
because I said, but in about 3-4 weeks, in June, early June, we're going to be back in this. I said that.
You did.
I remember.
I also said
Something
I
to
was
the
not
effect.
panicking. I was explaining to Megan earlier how the Los Angeles Dodgers fan base basically keeps pharmaceuticals up because we're an anxious bunch and we're always on anti-anxiety, antidepressant pills. That, and we're also in Los Angeles.
It's been 30 years since we've won a world championship,
You
and
weren't
so
even born
this
yet.
is
You were
tough.
barely born too.
I know. I'm just
Okay.
saying.
I remember.
Listen, we're the young people on the show. He's
I
the
remember
old
well,
one.
like it was yesterday. And I thought
Did
we'd
you
be
have
going,
to go to school uphill both ways
No,
in the
But-
snow?
No, I lived here, but I wanted, but when we won in '88, I was thinking, well, this is going to happen all the time because the Lakers were winning. So this was in the heyday of the Showtime era. So Lakers had just, in '88, the Lakers won the championship. And then in '88, the Dodgers win the championship. I'm thinking, well, this is going to happen all the time. And then we have not seen, the Lakers, it's continued to happen for them. But for the Dodgers, this has been the worst drought ever for Los Angeles.
Well, the Lakers went on their worst drought ever right after that.
We went on a little bit of a drought.
The
but
Lakers
we were back
didn't
in
win
it in
any
early
till
2000.
99, 2000? Yeah, so they went on a 12-year drought. That must have been death.
We're on a 5-year one right now without even making the playoffs. That's the longest the Lakers have ever been without making the playoffs, 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is that what it's like to be a Yankees fan that's not winning?
Well, this is why Dodgers fans get upset, I think. We're starting to become like Yankee fans where we expect every year to be in the World Series. That's how we feel. And so we expect every year to have a good team. So for us to be, I mean, look, everybody's happy we're 30-30 right now, but if you talked to everybody at the start of this year, nobody would have thought we were going to be 30-30 right now. We'd be probably 40 and, we'd have 40 wins at this
You mean
point.
we'd be in first place?
Well,
And
we'll be in
let's
first
keep
place
mind,
in a couple
Let's
weeks.
keep in mind that the only reason we're still in it is because the NL West sucks.
Yeah, we all equally suck right now.
Yeah.
But
That's
we're
like nobody
playing
wants to
well.
win the division.
No, we're playing well. We're playing better baseball right now.
And you know why?
Why?
Ginger Jesus came back.
Is that why?
You remember how he said he wasn't a savior and that he wasn't going to come back? He was telling everybody he was a false prophet, and we're like, no, you're not going to trick us.
No.
And the Dodgers are like 12-3 since he came back.
Yes. Do you know who Justin Turner is, right?
I do.
He's got the red hair with the beard. Okay.
Oh,
He goes to a lot
should
of
we
Kings
do that?
games.
What?
Should we ask her if she knows who certain people are?
Well,
Is that the game we
want
to play?
I think that's just happening.
That's
on
just
this show.
naturally happening?
Well,
She-
you're gonna try to mess her up on
Oh,
purpose,
yes,
right?
I am.
Okay.
It'll be like Star Wars character hockey player.
That was a
Yes.
great
That was a
concept,
great-
by the way. That was so fun.
Thank you,
I
Michael
loved
Duarte, for that.
Yeah, it was
And
awesome.
That was not our idea.
That was one of the reasons we won one of the Telly Awards.
Oh, it was.
It was.
I want
Best
to do
interview.
it again. Like,
Oh, with baseball players?
well, anything really.
Okay, we'll do that again. That was fun because hockey players. Seriously, it does sound like Star Wars characters.
And I beat Alex.
Yeah, you did. You did. It was close though.
Damn.
It was close. We didn't have that many. It wasn't a large margin. So don't get too excited because he was right there with
No,
you.
it wasn't. And I just saw Solo.
Yeah. You were okay on that?
It was excellent. Excellent.
She was just happy that, spoiler alert, she was just happy that Solo got abandoned at the end of the movie.
No,
He was used, she used
I don't want him to get abandoned.
She used and
No.
abandoned him.
He is
Glover
fine,
was
though.
pretty amazing though as Lando Calrissian.
I thought he would have been in the movie a lot longer than like 3 minutes.
He was in the movie a while.
He was in the movie for like 3 minutes collectively.
No,
Yes.
There was 2 gambling scenes.
The
Come on.
ship thing taken
Yeah.
away.
I mean, yes, he was only in it probably maybe for 15 minutes.
I think Darth Maul got more screen time than
No,
he
he
did.
did not. You just blew it for people who haven't
We'll
seen
just
Sorry,
Solo.
Solo.
you know what? No, I'm sorry. The movie came out like a month ago.
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
It came out. So I saw it pre-screening the day of the royal wedding, which was May 19th.
Yeah.
So that was pre-screening.
That was a Wednesday,
So-
so May 21st.
No, that was a Saturday.
It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'm with
Listen,
you actually.
listen.
I don't care. If people
Like, listen,
didn't see
listen.
it by now.
By
forget
then,
it.
by now, you should have already seen Deadpool, and you should have already seen the Avengers.
I have not seen Deadpool
I
yet.
haven't
I'm
seen
going to see it.
What?
I've been busy yet, but I had to see Solo.
So I told you, don't get married, don't have kids. Then you'd
Yeah,
have a bunch of
well,
free time.
Okay.
When I met him, I told him that, and he didn't listen.
Well, I was
So I will
already
tell you
married
right
right
I
now,
wouldn't
Megan.
listen either.
Don't get married, don't have kids, because then it's game over.
Really? Is that your theory?
Game over.
Okay. All right. Dodgers Nation, probably most of you do not agree with Albert on that.
No, because they probably already have like 10 kids.
That's each.
each. I told you, most of our fan base that is Dodger related are Mexican moms,
And they have,
except for my mom because she doesn't watch the show.
How many kids does your mom have?
3 that I know of.
Okay. Really?
I don't know. Maybe I have an older brother sister that I don't know about.
All right.
I mean, I remember this was pretty funny. Maybe you guys did this. I remember back when I was in freshman year of college, my life got turned upside down
Why is
because
that?
I discovered that my younger brother was actually my older brother. And when I asked my mom about it, it was news to her too. So she kicked his ass when he got home because she found his fake ID.
How was this? Oh.
Yes.
I was like wondering how
yeah.
that like tied together.
Very
I was
nice.
like, that's pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
Older brother.
Yes.
Very
I was like,
nice.
I didn't realize my brother, who's 3 years younger than me, is actually a year older than me. That's interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. And you tattled on him.
No, she's the one that brought it to my
Oh, she
attention.
brought
I was
it.
like,
She's like, what
I
is
was like,
this?
oh my god, my
Were
mind
you trying
has
to,
been
were you
blown.
trying to play it off?
Oh, I didn't give a shit.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like,
You weren't say you. So
I
you and your
didn't-
brother are real
I-
close.
I had no idea. Like, this is how separated my brother and I are. He and I shop at various places and a lot of them are the same places, and we know people from the same places.
Yeah.
One particular place that we shop at is a nutrition store. For 4 years, he and I have been going to the store, just never together.
Yeah.
One day I call them, I make an order, say, hey, my brother's going to pick it up. My brother goes, picks it up. A few weeks later, I go in person to say hello and get more stuff. They're like, we've known both of you for 4 years, and we never would have guessed you were like even related. Because my brother and I don't look alike.
Okay.
Personalities are completely different.
Yes.
And it's just like...
So maybe your mom does have, maybe something's going on.
Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to ask her now.
Let's get into some details about Dodgers. So we've made up a lot of ground in the last 10 days. It's pretty amazing, and really since Justin Turner's been back. And really some of the unlikely heroes have been these people that we've written off a little bit.
No.
Jock Peterson. No, we've had a little trouble with Jock.
You were so excited he was grabbing his crotch. That was our gift of the day last week.
Two
weeks
episodes
ago.
again. And that he has made a big turnaround since the
Because of
crotch grabbing.
Exactly.
Well, he's not grabbing it as much anymore, from what I've heard. On Twitter, people have tweeted me saying, "Look, Jock's not doing it. I think he watched the show
and he got embarrassed.
that he was grabbing his." So Jock Peterson, he does this thing when he's at bat. He leans back and he grabs his crotch for a good 3 or 4 seconds. It's not short. It's not an adjustment. It's like a pause and grab. And we had mentioned it on the show and tweeted about it, and he's not doing it now, but he's hitting better now.
Listen, like I said, I'm okay with it as long as it works.
I think okay.
If he wants to touch himself and then end up on base, I am okay with it. Okay?
You're okay with
I'm okay with it.
You're okay with that. Any touching of himself, you're okay.
I'm okay with it as long as he gets on base.
So they should all be touching themselves.
Not all of them.
We know that Kike probably does that quite a bit.
Yes.
Have you seen Kike's dance that in the dugout, the spray bottle dance?
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes.
We should. It's not. We're not at the give of the day.
I don't have that, but I'd have to find it if you want me to source it.
We should. It's not give of the day yet, but she needs to see this. So maybe we need to put that up over your shoulder.
All right,
I'd like to see that.
I'll find that.
Most of you have seen this, Dodger fans, but Megan has not seen it, and you'll be instantly a Kike Hernandez fan because he is doing some crazy Latino dance because he's from Puerto Rico, and he's doing some crazy dance, and it's awesome.
I've
in the
seen
dugout.
him shake it before.
Oh yeah, he can shake it. So I don't know how I don't know where we go from there. But who else is, so let's talk a little bit about Ross Stripling. Ross Stripling in the last month has, I think, the third best ERA in baseball.
Yep.
This is Ross Stripling we're talking.
1.52.
This is Chicken Strip we're talking about. He is
A Cy Young candidate.
A Cy Young candidate.
Now,
he will not win it because Max Scherzer.
You don't know that. Now, that leads me into the All-Star Game selection. I don't want him in the All-Star Game.
Who?
Ross Stripling?
Yes.
I don't want anybody in the All-Star Game.
Because it
Megan,
always
you'll
jinxes
learn that
us.
I'm very, very anti-exhibition games.
Yeah.
I don't
Why?
need my athletes playing in games that don't matter and then possibly getting hurt.
But not all of them play in it.
Doesn't matter. In the All-Star Game, they do. In the All-Star Game, they treat it like
really?
Little League. In the All-Star Game, they're like, okay, who hasn't pitched yet? And all the athletes are like, me.
And it throws their game off a little bit.
Yes.
So people in the All-Star game, a lot of times what happens is they're in it, and then this happened with Jock Peterson a couple years ago, and then for the next month and a half.
I'm sorry. And what happened to Cody Bellinger?
And then he couldn't hit
Yeah,
for
he
the
couldn't hit for
second
shit.
half of the season. Yeah.
People who join the home run derby traditionally just stink afterwards.
So
Okay.
Matt Kemp should be an All-Star. He's
No.
leading the National League in hitting.
Okay, give him a plaque or something. That's it. Just give him a plaque.
Just say thank you for coming.
Shake his hand. He can sign autographs, kiss babies.
But Dave Roberts is the manager of the National League All-Star. He will be the manager, correct?
I didn't think about that.
So
Shit, I didn't think
Chicken
about
Strip
that.
will be starting the All-Star game.
No, I didn't think about that.
He won't be starting, but
If he's smart, no, this is perfect. If he's smart, what he does is he brings on players from other teams we're competing against and then just makes them play.
Yes. Long.
Yes.
Long innings.
It's like, oh, I'm like 60 pitches in. Can you pull
Scherzer's
me?
pitching
No.
4 innings.
Exactly.
In the All-Star game. But we need to win it. Wait, does the All-Star game determine home field
Not anymore.
Oh, then what the hell?
Yeah.
Why is everybody...
Best record does.
Okay. Thank God.
That's why last year, it helped us last year where we were home team
it
in
helped
Game
us
7.
last year. Yeah.
No, it didn't help us.
Didn't help us. Yeah.
You Darvish.
Yeah. I don't want to... Why'd you say his name?
I'm not. You Darvish lost us the World
You
Series last
garbage.
year.
You garbage.
Well, I did surprisingly watch the playoffs last year.
That's good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you who you Darvish is.
He killed us. It was bad. He was on our team, and he killed us. He might as well have not been on our team. He might as well have been pitching for the other team is really what the problem was. So who else? I mean, right. So we've got Matt Kemp. He should be really Dodger fans. You're gonna vote Matt Kemp into the All-Star game. I'm gonna say this is one of the best stories in baseball for it. At least for the Dodgers for the last couple of years. This is a player that nobody thought was gonna be on this team this year. In the winter meetings, everybody's like, yeah, they're gonna flip Matt Kemp. He's not gonna be on this team. He'll never make it through spring training. Here he is having really a fantastic season. I mean, I can't even. Dodgers Reddit probably bought his jersey now at this point. Taylor's probably got a Matt Kemp jersey, which he said he was never going to do. It was a joke.
I would never have a Matt Kemp jersey.
I have one. I mean, so does my son. So
Disgusting.
I break that out. I'm totally proud of it.
I'm so
I know
upset
you're
that
not.
he said his comments.
Well, when we get Matt on the show, because Megan's going to work on that, she's going to effort getting Matt on the show. I think you guys will hug it out, and you'll be a fan.
If he apologizes
To you personally,
to
or
me
to all
personally,
Dodgers?
or basically Los Angeles, just don't even apologize to me. Apologize to Los Angeles.
Really?
The city of Los Angeles.
I don't think he disparaged the city of Los Angeles that bad. I do know.
He said he was happy to play in Atlanta because he was finally playing in a baseball city.
And I think he regrets saying that. You don't think he regrets saying
I'm
that?
sure he does now.
Okay. He does now. He's having his best year in years.
Well, yeah,
Since
'cause
his
he's healthy.
Since his MVP season, he's having his best year.
You mean the
in 5
year
years.
he got robbed out of an MVP?
By Ryan Braun, who you wanted on our team, and you didn't care that he was a steroids taker?
Yes, Money's a steroids user.
Not now.
He used to be,
Okay.
and he leads the team in home runs with 9.
Yeah, you have a problem with Matt Kemp just saying something about Los Angeles.
Exactly.
Okay. We know where we stand. All right.
Exactly.
All right. You're okay
Does
with
that
people-
not bother you? This guy is like just disparaging. Well, you don't like baseball, but this guy is
do.
disparaging.
She does like
I like
baseball.
it.
She's
I mean, what if like a king leaves Los Angeles and then ends up in Phoenix and says, "Oh, I'm glad to
God.
finally be
That would never happen.
in a hockey town."
That would never happen. But Luke Robitaille did leave us, and so did Rob Blake. And I
But
think
did they
regretted
they
that.
say bad things about LA?
I don't
Probably
think
not.
they regretted
No.
it because they left, won Stanley Cups, and came back.
I know, but they came back. That's what I'm saying. Like they came
Well,
back.
Matt Kemp is back, and he loves being here right now. And he's always been in LA. Like he's very connected to Los Angeles.
Yeah, because
an
he
LA
started in
style
Los
guy.
Angeles, and we
Yeah.
traded him to the Padres, and then he ended up in Georgia and was like, "What the hell am I doing here?"
He got a little
Because
chubby.
he's from
He got a little
Oklahoma.
chubby.
Yeah, because he's from Oklahoma,
Yeah.
and he's kind of like, God, I left Oklahoma only to end up in Georgia,
Yeah.
and then he gained like 60 pounds,
Yeah.
and now that he's back in Los Angeles, and he's like, "Hey, is Rihanna single again?" And we're like, "No."
So Taylor's starting to hit again.
Yes,
We've got he's starting to turn it around.
Megan's gonna book us Taylor.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So Taylor's starting to turn around. Jock Peterson's starting to turn around. Cody is struggling, but he did hit a home run against the Pirates. So
Also
maybe that.
tied for 9 home runs.
What's that?
He's tied,
Yeah, but he's been striking out every third at bat.
and you know who else is tied for the team lead?
Who's that?
Mad Max.
Max Muncy. So
In 100 less at bats, he has just as many home runs as Matt Kemp.
yes, he does. But
Can he play second base?
Yes.
Then he should start at second base.
Well, why don't they just have him at first base?
It's some bullshit like lefty versus righty stats,
Oh, okay.
green grass.
Okay, got it.
Like I guess he's not allowed to play on Tuesdays because his stats are bad on Tuesdays or
So
something.
Max Muncy has worked his way into
Mad
this.
Max Muncy.
Mad Max Muncy.
Use the alliteration.
He has worked his way into this, starting lineup. And now they can't get him out of this starting lineup, which is pretty amazing because before this season started, you and I and no other Dodgers fans, except for some of our geeks that follow all the minor league players that out there, nobody knew who Max Muncy was because he got traded from the A's. Zaidi brought him in, of course, because Zaidi knows him from the A's, and everybody thought this guy was done. And here he is, just like Taylor, and having an amazing breakout season. It's pretty killer. He could, if he wasn't a rookie, he'd win Rookie of the Year. He could.
Does he have the service time?
I think so.
Because
I think he does.
Urias is still available to be Rookie of the Year because
Really?
he doesn't have the service time.
Okay, well that's
Because both times in both years that he's come up, he's only come up for like a month before they sent him down
Okay.
or he got hurt.
yeah. So Muncy's playing amazing.
Interesting note.
What?
Max Muncy looks just like Jonathan Quick.
Really?
Oh, he does look
Yes.
like Jonathan Quick.
Yes, only Muncy has the furriness full time. Quick doesn't unless we're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But he looks just like Jonathan Quick. I wonder if he's got the same temperament.
I don't think so.
I
I
haven't
don't think
seen
anybody has Jonathan Quick's temperament.
No.
I don't think it's the
Jonathan Quick is the guy that will kidnap your family, murder them in front of you, then murder you, and then put salt over the land where you lay so that nothing
Really?
could grow again.
Do you feel that way about Jonathan? I don't think so.
I don't. I
Quickies
can't
doesn't
talk
feel like
anything
that
bad
kind of
about
guy
my
to me.
kings.
I'm sure.
You're joking.
I'm sure he's a very violent, angry human.
He is not. He's super mellow.
I've seen him play. What do you mean mellow? Mellow isn't, oh, you ran into me. Let me smash my stick against you and the crossbar.
Okay.
It's just rare when he gets upset because he's so good. He never messes up.
Yeah. That's what I don't see him get. I mean, when he gets upset, he's upset. But don't they all get up? They're hockey players.
Yeah.
Don't they get all upset?
They all break their sticks from time to
There's
time.
upset, and then there's Jonathan Quick.
There's a Jonathan Quick level of upset.
Yes.
We don't have anybody on the Dodgers team like that. We have a fun-loving bunch on this Dodgers team,
We do.
except for Chase Utley.
That's probably why they're doing so badly.
Well, they're starting to turn it around, but yeah, they need. Well, we have Chase Utley, so he's the only one that would be on that level where you just don't even make any jokes around him because he's not going to laugh at these
Okay.
jokes.
We can try.
We could try.
We'll have him on the show and make sure we don't crack
It's not
any
going to
bad
happen.
jokes.
We could try. That would be a game to play. Is see if we can make. I think Kike does this. We've talked about this before. Kike tries to make Utley laugh, and I don't think it ever happens. Did you see Kike was wearing Chase Utley like he was doing a whole dad thing? Like he's
Yes.
calling Chase Utley his dad.
Yes.
Anyways, yeah, I don't think it. I think it's their goal to try to make Chase Utley loosen up and laugh, and it doesn't work.
For Megan, for reference, the same way Kings fans joke about Jeff Carter being Toffoli and Pearson's dad, that's how Dodger fans joke about Chase Utley being Corey Seager and Kike's dad.
All the
Okay.
young guys and Bellinger, all the young guys. Yeah, he's the young guy's dad. So what? Where are we going to be at? So the NL West is very clumped up.
Dumpster fire.
Everybody stinks, and then so it's perfect timing for us to get healthy. The only bad news we've gotten, of course, is Kershaw is
5 weeks, stiff back.
little bit worrisome. But a lot of Dodger fans, on Twitter, people were saying, "Well, look, this might be the blessing in disguise. Just let him come back after the All-Star break. Don't even bother. We're everybody's kind of hovering around this." 500 mark right now. And as long as we stay within the race, it doesn't matter when Clayton comes back. Have him come back after the All-Star break and we're fine. So we get him and Urias back at the same time. And then maybe that solves some of our pitching woes, or do we make a trade?
I think they're going to have to make a trade because the team, let's say you're going to be the best of the worst. You win the NL West, you will be the best of the worst.
Yeah.
So you're going to go up against the number one seed in the
So what? The
playoffs.
Giants have won the World Series as a wild card twice. I know. We're not supposed to say Giants, the word Giants on the.
Oh, yeah. By the way, the same way we don't like the Sharks, we don't like the Giants
Yeah.
Or the Ducks.
or the Ducks.
It's even worse than the Ducks. The Ducks,
Okay.
it's.
Then
Yeah.
I know how angry it
Yeah.
makes you, so
Yeah.
I won't be saying
It
that.
does. Yeah. The Ducks are kind of like. They're kind of like the Angels. No one cares.
Well, no, it's different because the Ducks are actually in the same division.
So they're kinda
the
like the-
Angels are not in the same division.
That's
They're
true,
not
that's
in the
true.
same league. So
That's true.
Angels fans are like, ugh, Dodgers.
And we don't even care about
like,
them.
what? Who are you?
Yeah, we don't.
I'm
even-
sorry. I don't have time to deal with lesser humans.
I don't think we want to go that far.
It's true.
Do we want to go that far?
Maybe.
You. do.
I did this yacht thing about a week and a half ago in
Yacht
San Diego.
thing?
Yeah. And I invited Megan and a bunch of her friends because we
Did you
needed
go,
to fill it.
Megan, to a
I did
yacht
not.
thing?
Totally bailed. But I ended up meeting.
not a
I ended up
surprise.
meeting this one chick, and she was like super cool and telling me how she was a huge baseball fan. I was like, oh, I watch baseball too. Only I didn't say anything because I'm like, she might be like a really angry Padres fan, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Because she's from here. Then she's like, oh yeah, my favorite player is Tim Lincecum, and I was
Oh,
like, wait, so you're like an Angels fan or something? She goes, no, I grew up in Pittsburgh. I was like, how's that? I don't get it. She goes, no, Pittsburgh, California. I'm from up north.
Where the
I'm
hell
a
is
Giants
Pittsburgh,
fan.
Never heard of
California?
that.
There's Pittsburgh, California. It's like
Never heard of it.
like just past the cows, right before technology.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she explains to me how she's from Pittsburgh, California, and I was like, shit, she's a Giants fan.
Yeah.
And then she tells me she's a Giants fan, and I was
You
like,
can't date her.
I was like, well, she also lives in San Diego.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, you enjoy your evening. I'm not going to say anything because
So you take a step back into the bushes,
Right.
You're like, shh.
basically.
Yeah. Well, it's I know that it's tough for you to kind of align your allegiances and
what,
date.
What would happen if you
Stuff.
had kids? What are you going to do with the kids?
Yeah, it's terrible.
You got to think long term.
It's terrible. My kids, there's no possible way they're not Dodgers fans, and if I'm with somebody that's not a Dodgers fan, that's very difficult.
Right? Megan,
Not happen.
you somehow end up with the most amazing person ever, happens to be a Sharks fan. You have kids. Do you split the kids? Like the first one is yours, the second one's mine? Do you say no, foot down, my baby is not wearing teal, it's wearing black?
Yeah.
How do you negotiate that?
You don't negotiate. It's my way or the highway. She, whatever it may be, will be a Kings fan.
Did you just identify the baby's sex without its permission?
Yeah. Who knows?
You assumed
I want
its
them to be
gender.
hockey players.
Future
so whether
hockey
they're girls
player.
or boys.
Future hockey
you
player.
never know. But teal is not my color. Black is my color, clearly. They will be Kings fans. They can side root for the Sharks, but they will be
Yes.
Kings fans.
Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. There you go. And the women are the boss, so that's whatever she says goes. It doesn't matter what he says.
Oh.
That's the way it goes. Luckily, I married someone who's a Dodger fan and a Laker fan and a Kings fan, so we're cool. But here's where I'm having a problem right now. I've kind of become an LAFC fan. So
you
Dodgers
can't
Nation-
do that. You can't do that.
I'm sorry. I mean, I love the Galaxy. I've been a Galaxy
You
fan for a
can't
long
just
time.
switch allegiances.
This is soccer, by the way.
I
Did
know.
you know? Okay,
I know
you know.
who the
Have you been to the new
LAFC is.
stadium?
I have not.
It's amazing. When you go to the new stadium, you may
Ooh,
switch.
can you get Zlatan on the show?
Probably not.
We could probably
Damn.
get Zlatan, yeah.
I want Zlatan on the show.
I mean, you never know.
He likes to be, he likes to. We could maybe get him remote.
That's true.
Maybe get him remote. So it's tough because I'm kind of leaning over
Because I
towards
saw you
LAFC.
at that first
I've been at 2
opening
games.
game.
I've been at 2
and
games.
you bought a hat. I'm not going to hate. I
have a
like
hat,
their
I have a
logo.
shirt.
Their logo's really legit. I like it.
The stadium is super legit.
Okay, why are you a fan though? You got to tell us.
Well,
What
I don't know
swayed you?
yet.
How
It's
did
tough.
you
It's
leave
tough.
the most winningest franchise
in MLS
in
history.
MLS history, who happens to
Well, I
be
haven't
your
left them.
hometown,
I haven't
who
left
happens
them.
to be your hometown team for the new expansion team, who happens to be in the same city / same division?
I know it's tough. Why did they do that?
It's
Why
like
did
all of a sudden wanting to be a Ducks fan.
that would be terrible. I wouldn't do that, and that's what my wife was saying.
It's like wanting to be a Clippers fan. Oh my God.
That's exactly.
What would
That's-
Jacob think of
I
you?
don't know. So I'm having trouble with this right now because I really like this team. They're good. It would be like being a Clippers fan. It really would. But they have their own stadium. It's not like the Clippers. Clippers kind of invaded Staples Center, uninvited guests. It's ridiculous. But LAFC has their own beautiful stadium. It's amazing.
I'm disappointed in you.
I know. I'm kind of disappointed in myself.
Like, what are you going to do?
It's the only time I've ever
what are
done
you
this
gonna
in my
do-
life.
What are you going to do if the Rams start playing poorly? You're going to be a Chargers fan?
No, I'm a Rams fan no matter what.
It's like, oh, hey, the Lakers Kobe era is over and the
know what to
Clippers
do.
are making a run. I'm going to be a Clippers fan?
I bought Johnny a hat, a LAFC hat, and he's an LAFC fan because he has a hat.
What? That's all it takes,
took.
Johnny?
That's all it took. He's got a hat, and it looks good on him, too. It's the black one with the
Jesus.
gold. Yeah.
I'm not going to hate. Their color scheme is good, and
Color
I like
scheme's
the
good.
logo.
That's what I'm saying.
And
You're
I'm not-
halfway there already.
I know, but here's the thing. I don't give a shit about soccer.
You should.
I'm not one for soccer, so
That-
like
you
I could root
should.
for anybody I want.
You should because we're gonna have I mean, look, we have this team could go to the MLS Cup. We've got the World Cup coming up in what next week?
Like 2 weeks, yeah.
No, next week. It's starting the 14th, I think. Soccer time is happening. You need to start getting in gear now.
I just can't get into it.
Mexico has a good team. You could be a Mexico fan.
That's true.
They have a good team this year. I'm rooting for if the U.S. is not in, I'm going Mexico.
You like tacos that much?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who else is in this?
Who else is in?
Oh,
Yeah.
England's in, so you could
Every
I'm
other
rooting for England all the way.
every other friggin' country except
Italy's
us.
out, right?
Iceland's in, and they have like they're
Population
smaller
of
than
Los
Long
Angeles.
Beach,
Yeah.
and they're in.
The Italians are not in it either, are they?
No, Italians are out.
There's this one guy on Team USA who's from Iceland who left Iceland to use his dual passport because I guess one of his parents is American
Right.
to come to Team USA,
And he
then
blew
he
that.
doesn't qualify, but Iceland did.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I'm excited, and I don't have a horse in the game, so I'm going Mexico this time. First time ever. I voted for Mexico. Clearly voted for them.
I'm trying to think of how you say Curtis in Spanish.
There is no Curtis in Spanish, and it's anyway. So I'm going Mexico.
All right.
Yeah.
And you're going for the English teams?
Yeah, may as well.
Yes, you should.
It's true.
Yeah.
We keep diverting from Dodger stuff.
We do.
Dodger Nation, we apologize. We're at 500. We talked about The Office. We talked about just really all sorts of randomness today.
We do.
Maybe we can add that to her job description where she keeps us on track. Because as
I'm
a
supposed
producer,
to keep us on
as a
track.
producer, you don't do a very good job of
Well,
that.
but
You know what? You know what?
What?
You're an award-winning
I
producer.
am an award. Yeah, so shut up because I've won some awards on producing. 2 awards. Do I get trophies? Do
yeah,
we get trophies?
we get little statues.
We do?
Yeah, we have to order them before June 20th.
To order them?
Well, yeah, because
Okay, telly people really?
well, no,
what?
well, you have to.
Oh.
I mean, it's because it's
So we have
like
to put the order in. They
yeah,
gotta know
no,
what we...
like legitimately, what are you gonna do?
Was there a show that we were supposed to go to? Was I supposed to dress in a tie? Were we supposed to have champagne at like
we should
in a
have.
convention
I don't
center?
remember, but it's kind of like when we won the Emmys. You have to
Wait a minute. Were we supposed to be in attendance to accept our award?
I don't know,
Shit, dude. Like we weren't there.
No.
That's bad.
but
Could they take our award away from us?
No, they can't.
Okay.
But you have to, you have to fill it out because they know that we won.
Yes.
Right, but they don't know the names of the people, so you got to give it to the crew, like Dave Nelson,
Yeah.
Curtis Stage.
Johnny was on the show for the.
Johnny was on the
Alex.
second show.
Yeah.
Megan, you just missed the cutoff.
Yeah, you don't get an
Did.
award.
I can
sorry.
bring champagne in here though.
That'd be
Oh.
good.
Celebrate.
Well, maybe
that
we
way.
can have our own celebration when we get the actual award. Can we get it by the 100th episode? Can we have the statues by the 100th episode?
I don't think
'Cause
so
we need
because
to
you have
have
to
them on
you
the
have to
desk.
order them by the 20th, and that's in a couple of weeks.
Well, we
so
might
I
have to
don't.
put off our show anyway. We might have to put it off a little
Well, I'm
bit.
trying to get Eric Garcetti on the show.
Who, the mayor?
Can you get Eric Garcetti on the show?
Absolutely
The
no
mayor.
problem. Yeah. No
Yeah,
problem
the
at
LA
all.
mayor.
You've already contacted. the
I've
office.
I've contacted him.
They like our show.
They like our show.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we can.
He's
get
been
them
to
in.
the campus before. He's been here, so he knows where we're
So
at.
we already have.
Unlike
an in.
Megan, who didn't know where we were at. She thought we were, where am I driving to? Like, God knows where. But Mr. Garcetti has been, the mayor has been.
Do
here
we have to
our
call him
campus.
Mr. Garcetti? Can we call him Eric to be super cash?
We probably can. He's pretty cool. He's
All
a
right.
cool guy.
I've never met him.
Johnny's met him a couple times. Yeah, he's a cool guy.
He follows you on Twitter.
I took photos of him at the Screen Actors Guild. I got right up. I was like, Eric, this way. And he did look over at me.
Dang.
So there we go. And then he was here on campus too.
Oh,
yeah.
that's super nice of him.
Yeah. Yeah. So we can get him. We're getting him.
Okay.
I'm just going to call that right now. We're going to
Okay.
get him.
You hear
I
that,
might have
Dodger
to.
Nations? Curtis Stage guarantees.
He's a huge Dodger fan.
guarantees that the mayor of Los Angeles will be on our show.
He's a huge Dodger fan. He's a huge all LA sports.
That's what I want to ask him about.
He is, including LAFC and Galaxy. We're
Right.
gonna have to find out.
That's what I was going to ask him. Like,
Which fan?
like,
Where does he go? Lakers,
does
Clippers?
he show up to exactly? Does he show up to Staples Center?
Okay, that's a good question for him. Yeah.
There's going to be someone off camera going,
So
telling me not to.
let's ask Megan right now,
shit.
though. So we know you're a Kings fan, and that we don't even have to question that. So what about Lakers, Clippers? Where would you lean, Lakers, Clippers?
I feel like if you're a diehard, you don't sway. But
Yes.
I know you're a huge Lakers fan.
So it doesn't matter
So-
what I.
I know, but I'm gonna go with Lakers just
Okay.
because.
All right. You don't need
But
to.
I did like the Vanilla Gorilla for a while.
Okay.
I know
See
he's
what
since
happens.
gone.
See what
but-
happens. Okay.
You know, I guess I'll root for the Lakers.
Okay. Yes.
So we're
She's
just
guessing.
we're just adopting her into our.
She's gonna
our
have to because we're
teams.
sending her out to do things. She's
That's
got to
true.
be, and we don't talk Clippers.
We don't.
We don't have Clippers. We don't ever. I don't think we've ever talked Clippers once. Have we? We've maybe
Not Clippers.
mentioned.
We've mentioned the Clippers, but we don't
maybe
talk about the
mentioned
Clippers.
them.
Right.
And we've barely have talked the Angels. I think we've mentioned them a couple times.
Because I want Mike Trout on the team.
Yeah. And that's
On the
all-
Dodgers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
I'm
all.
trying to figure out a way to make that happen.
It's not happening.
I told him, I was
Probably
like,
not
listen.
up to you.
I said, listen.
He did
if
talk to
you-
Zlatan though. He
Yeah.
did meet him.
Oh,
and
okay,
yeah.
so get him on the show.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do your job.
It's
oh,
in.
well,
I'm
just give me
trying.
his info and then we'll.
Yeah.
we'll
Okay,
work it out.
I'm trying to do that. And then I talked to Mike Trout and his guy, and I said, listen, if Mike comes to the Dodgers, I will let him do the weather on Channel 11 after the games. I'm
Why would
trying
he want to do the weather?
Because he's a weather geek.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, meteorologist Mike Trout,
Got it.
is it fishing weather?
Why Channel 11?
I don't know, because it's Big Fox. I don't know. It
Okay.
could be Channel 9. I don't care.
Okay. But you don't work for Fox.
No,
anymore,
I'll
so-
ask him, hey, what channel do you want to do the weather on? We'll make it happen.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that. They would love to have
Well,
that.
Michael's at NBC, so we have an in.
Oh, we have NBC. Yeah,
Yeah.
he can go on NBC. He can go on yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get Duarte to set that up. He's
Exactly.
not coming to the Dodgers.
He
How
is.
would that happen?
I don't know.
Okay. Just like you think that Manny Machado and Harper are coming to the
They are.
Dodgers. They're not. Neither of those two guys are coming to the Dodgers. But when we have our Lakers episode, which we have to have soon, we're going to have a Summers Lakers show because it's starting to heat up of whether or not we're going to get LeBron James or Paul George.
Both.
You know who LeBron James is,
I love
correct?
LeBron James.
Okay. And you'd be okay with him coming to the Lakers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely watch more Lakers. if
Oh, see
LeBron
that?
James was on.
See?
the Lakers.
So there's a lot of Laker fans on the fence because he's not a true Laker. He
Right.
wasn't drafted by the Lakers. He's won
Neither was
championships.
Shaq.
I know.
Neither was Kobe.
Kobe was drafted by the Hornets. But he didn't play for the Hornets. He didn't play one game for the Hornets.
Still.
He played 20 years for the Lakers in a Laker uniform. You only go on the Wall of Fame, except for your Shaq, if you're a Laker. Well, Kareem's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. I'd be fine with it. You want the best player in basketball to be on your team. I don't get it. You want them on your team.
Yeah, and then you have with Lonzo Ball being his facilitator.
Yeah. Lonzo should never shoot again if we got LeBron.
Yeah.
just keep passing the ball to Paul George and LeBron James. So we'll be having that conversation pretty soon. But what's our? We have more stuff that we need to talk about with Meghan because
Meghan. What else? What else do you want to tell us about?
I mean, you can ask me anything.
Really?
I'm an open book.
AMA. We're gonna do a Reddit AMA with her.
We're gonna. Well, maybe we should set that up online.
On
maybe
Reddit.
We should set up a. Do we have Reddit?
We have a Reddit account, only we never use it.
All right. Let's just do it on Twitter.
Okay.
Let's just do more Twitter questions.
Okay.
Now they've seen Meghan. Now they can. Now it's easy for questions to come in.
It's true.
Dodger fans are going to have a lot of questions, and they're going to they're probably going to at you quite a bit, but it'll be all good. It'll be all good. They're all going to make you.
She prefers Delino to Shields.
Delino to Shields instead of Delino to Shields?
Exactly.
Okay. So you're going to probably get a lot of invites to Dodger games by male single Dodger fans. I'm just
Yeah, guys, don't do that. Don't be weird.
They can do it, but it doesn't mean she has to accept
Hopefully
that.
they're under
Also
35 and
Ooh,
And
have
okay.
no kids.
And also
Okay.
play hockey.
Guys,
And also love hockey / probably play hockey too.
There's
on
a
the
few of
side.
those.
so we're okay. So guys, if you are single,
Yeah, single.
under 35, no kids, great job, greater credit, at her.
Oh yeah.
Do they have to be in the film industry?
No.
They don't. It would be
No.
better if they weren't. You don't want to have.
Probably.
Yeah, because you don't want to have that conversation all the time.
It just
Honey,
gets a
what'd you
little
do
weird,
today? I
yeah.
was, on this
Same
set.
thing you did.
Yeah, same
But
thing
I
you
find
did.
that kind of people in the film industry are a little strange.
Yeah, that's
Not a bad thing,
That's
but my background's in
Gee,
TV and
thanks.
film, and I know that we
Thanks.
all are in
Thanks.
the same kind of
Yeah.
field as well. But yeah, it would be a little strange. I'd
Yeah,
like to have
can't.
someone.
Gotta have something different.
Yeah.
And would it be helpful if they were a country music fan?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because
Oh,
you're a
yeah.
country music fan.
I love country music.
Even though you grew up here,
Yeah.
somehow who's your favorite country music artist?
Oh my gosh. I love Sam Hunt,
Okay, Sam Hunt.
No idea
Good.
who that is.
Jesse James Decker.
No idea who that is.
Come on,
Love them
Albert.
so much.
Seriously.
No clue.
Now, do you know who Margot Price is?
I've heard of the name.
Ooh, you
but
gotta
don't know
gotta
who
look
that
her up.
is.
Please go.
Okay,
You're on
I will.
Spotify, right?
Yeah.
So her last album, get that on Spotify. She has 2 albums.
we are
And she
deviating
had-
hard today.
And listen, yes, we are. Who
It's
cares?
because my first episode.
Yeah,
that's why.
we got to go off. We did that with Marika when she was on too. We
That's
totally
true.
got off onto things. We were
You know,
talking
she's
about
not talking to
Marika-
me right now for
Well,
no
whatever.
reason.
Because you're a dork. That's why, probably. So look up Margot Price, and Dodger fans, if you like country music, even if you don't, she did an amazing duet with Willie Nelson on
Okay,
this last
That's
album.
awesome. Yeah.
She's one of my favorite, and I'm not a huge country. I like country music. I'm not as deep as you are, but I like it. I'm not a NASCAR country music guy like your dad is. Wait, is your dad like country music?
No.
Okay,
He'll
so
listen
he
to it
likes
if I do.
he
but-
likes cars, but he doesn't like country music.
He likes
has-
rock
Makes
and roll.
sense.
He has the number 3 spray painted onto the side of his Camaro.
Does he? No, he does not. Okay, no.
No, he's like a Van Halen
Okay.
type of.
Okay. Did he
guy.
grow up in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
So and he's my age probably. So he's maybe a little older than me.
Yeah.
So Van Halen for sure. He's an LA rocker guy.
Exactly.
Perfect. I like him already. So Margot Price, look her up. You're
Okay,
gonna
I
love
will.
her. She's fantastic. Great voice. Awesome. She just played at the Ryman Auditorium, which is like one of the meccas of country music.
It's in Nashville, right?
Yep.
I was just
She's
there
played like
2
8
months ago.
shows there. She's on Jack
wow.
White's record label, Jack White from the
Okay.
White Stripes.
Yep.
He has his record label, Third Man Records. She's on there. So she's
Okay.
kind of a little bit of a look, and
She's
Albert
a
has
little
no
edgy.
idea. Albert's going to
this
cut
is
to
my
him-
office moment.
Albert's going to cut to
This is my
himself, and
office
he'll be
moment.
like thinking about, what are you thinking about, Albert, right now? What's happening? There's a thought bubble above Albert's head, like, I have no idea. What am I going to get for dinner?
I'm starving right now. I'm so hungry.
Well,
All right, well, what's our gift of the day then?
Guys, our gift of the day, this is an awesome lady in Petco Park in San Diego.
Oh,
a
yeah.
foul ball goes into the stands, and she tries to avoid it, but it lands right in her beer cup. And with the ball still inside, she pounds the beer and is worshipped.
So awesome.
my kind of girl.
Yeah, it was great. It was a full beer.
It was.
She's like, and the ball's
And
in
the
there.
ball was
she's
in the cup.
His beer coming down her. Yeah, it was great.
That was pretty awesome.
Did she catch it or?
The camera moves really quickly.
Yeah.
I don't believe she reached out to catch it. I believe she moved
trying to move,
to
and it went
dodge and
in.
protect the beer,
So
but it
good.
landed in the cup.
So great.
That was awesome.
It was
But
really
how much
good.
spilled out?
Not much.
Not much.
She
Oh,
was
wow.
drinking. I mean,
Okay.
I think it splashed quite a bit, but she drank a good
Okay.
amount of beer.
That's amazing.
I bet you somebody bought her a beer after
Probably.
that. I'm guessing.
I would have.
Yeah, of course you would have.
I would have. I'm like, hey, how you doing?
All right.
Anyways, Dodger Nation, that's been our show. Again, I apologize for Megan's lack of Dodgerness, but you guys can teach her. I'm going to give her some written material, some homework. She's going to be helping us a lot, so be nice to her on the internets. Curtis, you got anything else before we leave?
No, we don't. I don't.
Megan, you got anything before we leave?
No, thank you for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Yes,
Awesome.
thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that's been our show. So don't forget to stalk us on the Twitter at Best Coast Show. You can find us on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, really anywhere podcasts are heard. But that's been our show, and you guys have a good night.